Okay, it being 5 p.m., the Lafourche Parish Council meeting of October 28, 2025 is hereby called to order. Ms. Carleen, can you please conduct roll call?
Yes, sir. Councilman Brumfield.
Present.
Councilman Adams.
Present.
Vice Chairman Burke.
Here.
Councilman Melvin.
Here.
Councilman Pierce.
Here.
Councilman Arabi. Chairman Oten.
Here.
Chairwoman Councilwoman Chasson.
Here.
Councilman Lorraine. Parish President Ogeron.
Present.
Thank you very much, Ms. Carleen. If everyone would please rise, we'll be led an invocation by Councilman Lorraine, followed by Pledge of Allegiance by Councilman Brumfield.
We'll do the Lord's Prayer. Our
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's meeting. First things first, so we respectfully ask everyone, please put your phone on silent and or turn them off out of respect for others here. Also like to remind anyone wishing to address the council, please fill out a blue form, get up to the council clerk. We'll be sure to recognize you during public wishing to address the council. And as a reminder, as we go through the agenda on ordinances, I'll ask for public input 3 times, and you're welcome to come up and speak on an ordinance item prior to discussion amongst the council, and then ultimate vote. As we go through resolutions, the council will simply bring it to discussion, and then we'll bring it to a vote. So specifically, if you want to discuss a resolution, please fill out a blue form. With that said, we'll jump right into tonight's meeting. Item A, state and or federal legislative updates. I don't see any in the audience tonight. Brings us to item B. We have none. Brings us to item C. Proclamation number 1, Parish President Mitch Ogeron to present a proclamation proclaiming November 4th through 11th, 2025 as Operation Green Light for Veterans. And with that said, Mr. President, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Whereas the residents of Lafourche Parish have a great respect, admiration, and utmost gratitude for all men and women who have selflessly served in our country and this community in the armed forces. And whereas Lafourche Parish seeks to honor individuals who have made countless sacrifices for freedom by placing them in harm's way for the good of all. And whereas veterans continue to serve our community in the American Legion, Veteran of Foreign Wars, religious groups, civil service, and by functioning as veteran service officers in 29 states to help former service members access more than $52 billion in federal health, disability, and compensation benefits each year. And whereas approximately 200,000 service members transition to civilian communities annually, and an estimated 20% increase of service members will transition to civilian life in the near future. And whereas studies indicate that 44 to 72% of service members experience high level of stress during transition from military to civilian life, and are at risk or high risk for suicide during their first year after military service. And whereas the National Association of Counties encourages all counties, parishes, and boroughs to recognize Operation Green Light for Veterans, and Lafourche Parish appreciates the sacrifices of our United States military personnel and believes specific recognition should be granted, and therefore, should be granted. Whereas Lafourche Parish encourages its citizens in patriotic tradition to recognize the importance of honoring those who made the immeasurable sacrifice to preserve freedom by displaying green lights in a window of their place of business or residence from November 4th to November 11th, 2025. Now therefore be it resolved that with Operation Green Light for Veterans, Lafourche Parish hereby declares November 4th through 11th, 2025 as a time to salute and honor the service and sacrifices of those transitioning from active service. And therefore it be further resolved that Mitch Ogeron, President of Lafourche Parish, do hereby and proclaim November 4th November 4th through 11th as Green Light for Veterans. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, and I'll have you know that this past weekend I installed green lights on my front patio in order to have green lights on my house. And I know our next meeting will be on November 11th, so I will respectfully ask everyone to please wear something patriotic on November 11th. And lastly, I will point out that on November 10th of this year will be the 250th anniversary of my beloved Marine Corps, which was born in Tunn's Tavern, Pennsylvania on November 10th of 1775. Hoorah. All right, go ahead. Yeah. Well, let's just do it after. Me and Terry will be here. You want just me and Terry?
Yes.
So let's just catch it after the meeting. Yep, thank you. All right, that brings us to item D, presentations and or updates. We have none for tonight. Item E, engineers and architect reports. Hold on, Rachel. Get him live. Hey, she's turning you on. You turn it
Hello?
off. You good?
Yeah, got it.
You good, Joe?
All right, Joe Picciolo with Picciolo and Associates, 115 Picciolo Parkway in Cutoff. So our first project, let's see. This is probably not on either. There we go. Go, just keep going and I'll keep up with you. First project is the Airport Connector Road and Bridge. This is being done in conjunction with the Greater Lafourche Port Commission, Louisiana DOTD, and Federal Highway Commission. We've been on hold with this project for quite some time, the last 6-8 months, waiting on machinery. The machinery is being built in Franklinton, Louisiana. In the last couple of weeks, we've been doing final testing. All that testing is complete. All of the machinery is complete. They're cleaning it up and doing some touch-up painting now, and they're getting ready to ship the machinery down to us, hopefully sometime next week. So Sea Level Construction has removed onto the site. They brought in a crane barge with a crane and anticipating a receipt of that machinery. So once the machinery received, they'll start putting it up on the main towers and then put the lift span in place, and then they can continue on with the construction. Right now, their official completion date is April of 2026. So I'm kind of anticipating they might slip a little bit into early part of the summer of 2026. On our Hurricane Ida storm damage projects, Rita Pump Station is the one we're working on now. We are finished with our plans and specs on this project. We're working with our Parish's consultant, HGA, to try to secure some funding from FEMA. I know that they've submitted a lot of data to FEMA for this project, and they're optimistic that we will get some funding for the project soon and we can start with the project. It consists of 2 brand new 24-inch pumps with diesel engines. One of them is going to have electric drive on it to keep up with maintenance. On the Sugar Ridge Pump Station, this project is coming along really well. Lowland Construction's the contractor. They're nearing completion. Most of the main part of the pump station is complete. They have the hydraulic piping in. They're waiting to finish up the fuel piping that goes from the pumps to the engines, from the tank to the engines. And once that's done, they'll do some testing. They still have to test the pumps in place, but we're anticipating all that's going to be complete within the next couple of weeks. On the La Rose boat launch, so we've kind of gone back and forth about this project, trying to cut the budget as tight as we could. We did receive $200,000 in federal money, Wallabro money. Mitch has been looking at funding through the Parish's budget, and we're asking for help with the Greater Lafourche Port Commission to contribute some funding. We've kind of met with DPW and the Recreation Department to discuss it. Once all that funding is in place, we're ready to go out for bid. So we have plans and specs ready. Hopefully that'll happen very shortly. The Road Sales Tax Districts project, we're waiting for budgetary issues to be cleared up with that, and hopefully we'll do a project in 2020, later part of 2026. That's the plan. On Côte Blanche Bridge, So the project bid in August, early August, all of the bids were received were in excess of the project budget, so we rejected all the bids. We've trimmed down the project just to include the ramps and electrical work. We kind of relooked at the pontoon. The pontoon, the last time it was dry docked was going on 15 years, but it's really not in bad shape. So what we recommended is to take that part out of the project and just go with the approaches on each side and electrical to get it within the budget. We can always come back and dry dock the barge at a later date, which I think it can go longer without dry docking. It's fairly good shape. So we are receiving bids tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. For the revised bids of these projects, and we'll report back if we have favorable bids at next meeting. On the Choctaw Levee mitigation project, the mitigation plans are complete, and we're finalizing the roadway elevation plans right now and coming up with a budget. We should be able to submit those plans and a budget to you within the next 2 weeks. And West Side Drainage Improvement Project, these are installing culverts on the LA 3235. We've been dealing with Olson on hydraulic modeling for the project. We have all of that stuff done, and we're going to recommend to do some projects in the West 11th, 13th area. Across LA 3235, and then also towards West 54th Street, and then further down towards West 133rd Street. We're confident that on West 54th and West 133rd that we have enough drainage capacity in the outfalls to handle the increased drainage, but we're trying to come up with some innovative ideas on West 11th Street and 13th Street, so that we don't put more water into the neighborhood that's on the west side of 3235. That's what we're working on now. Once we're complete with that, then we'll come to the parish with some ideas and a budget.
Very good. Anyone have any questions for Joe? Oh, lit up. So, T-Boo, you have the mic first, sir.
All right, going back to this Choctaw levy thing. So there was so many, this has been going on probably since I was born. Like, it feels like it anyway. This is so many years. Daniel was in his 20s. But this levee tie-in right here, this is where, it looks like the road's gonna go up 4 inches. Is there gonna be an extra, I don't know, that's what it looks like.
I'm trying to
So you
see.
come in from the Bainon pump station down to where the pipeline is, that
Yeah.
levee's gonna stay in place, okay? Behind where the houses are and the trailers are. And then from there, they want us to bring the levee along the pipeline right away to the roadway. So we're gonna have to elevate the roadway to provide the flood protection. So that's only gonna be about a foot, okay? It varies.
So the road's gonna go up a foot?
Well, what we're planning on doing is trying to elevate the side of the roadway towards the swamp, okay, with a little berm.
Okay. And then there's no houses right there, right? That's
No,
where the swamp is.
that's swamp.
Because at first I remember they're saying they were gonna take that and put a levee in front of all those houses at one time,
No,
too.
no.
Okay.
No. That's not the plan.
Okay, there was so many things going, again, this,
But that's the
Long time
plan,
ago.
is to put a berm on
Okay.
the swamp side of the road, and then just make sure that the road drains back towards the ditch, because you
Okay.
don't want water holding there.
yeah. All right,
But that's what we're coming up with.
okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Araby, you have the mic, sir.
Joe, I was just kind of looking at the completion date of the airport connector bridge, April 26th. Is that pretty much on schedule there, or are we behind time?
That's the official schedule that the contractor gave us. That's their date right now. But I believe it's going to be later than that. I think it's going to be sometime in the summer of next year.
But
and-
that's the original one, or this has been pushed?
No. The original date
Should have been last year.
was September the 19th of 2024. So they're going to be about 18 months late, something like that, in that range.
All right. I thought we were kind of running a little behind on it, but anyhow.
It's
Next
way
question I
behind.
got, is on the priority road improvement projects. You said y'all came up with 50 streets and administration has the list of streets and everything else.
Yes, sir.
Mr. President, I'd like to try to get a copy of that list of streets, if you don't mind, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Araby. Mr. Pierce.
Well, Mr. Araby just took care of my question about the 50 streets. I know I got a couple in my district that are falling at 50, at least I hope so. I'd like to get a list of it also.
Very good, thank you, Mr. Pierce. Mr. Lorraine.
Yeah, Joe, we had talked about the bridge, airport should have been ready at the end of this year.
That's
We
right.
talked about that, because I made the Port Commission meetings, and now it's this summer. Okay?
It's been
And-
slipping every time we talk to you, and every time we talk to the port, it seems like it's slipping. But the machinery was the big holdup.
Right,
okay?
right. No, I understand that.
But,
It's to get to the public to try to make some of them understand that.
Right.
Because a lot of people get on Facebook and they're not actually putting what they should be putting, but that's the way it goes. And the cutoff bridge, I don't like hearing that it's not going to go in dry dock. That barge was built brand new, where it's sitting today, 12 years, 13 years ago. It needs to go in dry dock. I mean, come on, that's what's wrong with the parish and the state. They don't maintain things like they should. I mean, getting back to the streets a minute ago, 50 streets, that's nothing. If you look at your reports, all they're doing right now is patching and patching and patching.
A normal repair cycle for a barge in a marine condition is anywhere from 12 to 15 years. So you're right. I mean, we're coming up on the time when we should be dry docking it. But if you don't have the budget now to do it, I mean, I really think that the approaches need to be taken care of and the electrical needs to be taken care of now. And you can put off dry docking the pontoon
Yes.
for a couple of years.
I understand what you're saying, and I'm not. I remember when the bridge was hit by a barge, they were going to do everything before school started. School's almost over with on the second round. They didn't do anything yet. I mean, how long is it going to take? Then they took the half-cent tax that we were doing and they put it all together. So now all of a sudden we don't have no money. We had money before. Come on. Listen, I've been dealing with this a long time. Terry can tell you, when that bridge was first built, the second night, I think it was, everything was brand new. The cabin, or the cabin of the bridge, burned down. We had to redo everything. Am I right or wrong?
You're absolutely right. I was there.
See, I didn't forget that. But then it really gets me when you're not going to take this bridge on dry dock after 15 years. Try and do that with an offshore boat. The law is 2 and 5 years or whatever. It don't make sense. That's just me.
All right, thank you, Ms. Lorraine. Is that it? All right, thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Any other engineers, architects? No, I saw Stevie was here. I guess he didn't want to talk to everybody. All right, that brings us to item F, public wishing to address the council, public hearings, agenda items, et cetera. Ms. Corleen, we have none. Brings us to item G, approval of minutes. Item 2, I'll now entertain a motion to accept the minutes of the October 14th, 2025 regular session. So moved by Mr. Brumfield, second by Mr. Adams. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. Item H, public hearing and ordinances for ratification. I'll now entertain a motion to open public hearing. So moved by Mr. Brumfield, second by Mr. Adams. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. I haven't said 9 in a while, so it feels funny. Item 3, ordinance to install a no 18-wheelers turning in parking lot sign off of West 111th Street off of LA1 Cutoff, Louisiana, Ward 10, District 9, Parish of Lafourche, State of Louisiana, requiring the placement of a no 18-wheelers turning in parking lot sign and providing penalties for the violations thereof. So moved by Mr. Lorraine, second by Ms. Chesson. Would anyone from the public like to comment on ordinance at number 3? Second call, public input, ordinance at 3. Last and final call. Anyone wants to comment on this ordinance? Anyone from the council? There be none. We'll bring it to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 Nays. God, see, it feels so weird. Item 4, ordinance establishing a 15 miles per hour speed limit on St. James Street, Gainesville, Louisiana, Ward 8, District 6, Parish of Lafourche, State of Louisiana, providing for the placement of a speed limit sign and providing penalties for the violations thereof. Moved by Councilman Arabi, second by Ms. Chesson. Would anyone from the public like to comment on the ordinance at number 4? Second call, public input, ordinance at number 4. Last and final call. Anyone from the public wants to comment on this ordinance? Anyone from the council? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 5, ordinance approving a servitude agreement between Lafourche Parish Water District Number 1 and Lafourche Parish Government in the Thibodaux area and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any all relevant documents. Moved by Mr. Melvin for the administration, second by Mr. Lorraine. Would anyone from the public like to comment on the ordinance at number 5? Second call, public input on the ordinance at number 5. Last and final call. Anyone wants to comment on the ordinance at number 5? Anyone from the council? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes with 9 yeas and 0 nays. Item 6, ordinance renewing the LaRousse Boat Launch Facility Road Right-of-Way and Canal Use Lease Agreement and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any all relevant documents. Moved by Mr. Adams for the administration, second by Mr. Perk. Would anyone from the public like to comment on the ordinance at number 6? Second call, public input, ordinance at 6. Last and final call. Anyone from the public wants to comment on this ordinance? Anyone from the council? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes with 9 yeas and 0 nays. Item 7, ordinance amending ordinance number 6993 that declared property as surplus belonging to Lafourche Parish Government and authorizing the disposal of surplus property, authorizing the advertising of surplus items for sale, authorizing the acceptance of the highest qualified bidders, and any remaining items that are deemed to have no value will be properly discarded, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer any and all relevant documents. Moved by Ms. Shessoff of the administration, second by Mr. Lorraine. Would anyone from the public like to comment on the ordinance at number 7? Second call, public input at 7. Last and final call. Anyone from the public wants to comment on this ordinance? Anyone from the council? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. Item 8, as our understanding, is pulled. That brings us to item 9, ordinance approving an agreement between South Central Planning and Development Commission and Lafourche Parish Government transferring ownership of the 2024 Generac Power System 7508 and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any all relevant documents. Mr. Perk will move on behalf of the administration, second by Mr. Adams. Would anyone from the public like to comment on the ordinance at number 9? Second call, public input, ordinance at 9. Last and final call. Anyone from the public wants to comment on this ordinance? Anyone from the council? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. Item 10, ordinance approving agreement between South Central Planning and Development Commission and Lafourche Parish Government transferring ownership of the 2024 Generac Power System 7509 and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any all relevant documents. Mr. Perk on behalf of the administration, second by Mr. Adams. Would anyone from the public like to comment on the ordinance at number 10? Second call, public input on the ordinance at number 10. Last and final call. Anyone from the public wants to comment on item 10? Anyone from the council? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. I'll now entertain a motion to close public hearing. So moved by Mr. Adams, second by Mr. Perk. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. That brings us to item I, proposed ordinances. Mr. Perk, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Number 11, proposed ordinance amending Chapter 2, Article 2, Section 2-36, precinct polling places of the Lafourche Parish Code of Ordinances, changing the polling location for Ward 2, Precinct 10 to South Thibodaux Fire Station, and to further establish the effective date of same, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer any and all relevant documents. Councilman Broomfield for the administration. Number 12, approve ordinance approving a lease agreement between South Thibodaux Fire Station and the Parish of Lafourche for leasing the premises located at 102 Lafay Avenue, Thibodaux, Louisiana 70301, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any and all relevant documents. Councilman Broomfield for the administration. Number 13, proposed ordinance providing for a 2025 supplemental appropriation 25-008 within the 2025 appropriations and maintenance budget and capital outlay budget, adjusting for year-end projections to be in compliance with state budget requirements, deobligate various projects, and cover shortfalls, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said transactions as provided for by Article 6 of the Lafourche Parish Home Rule Charter, Chairperson OTAM for administration. Number 14, proposed ordinance approving a commercial land lease agreement between Valentine Realty LLC and Lafourche Parish government, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any and all relevant documents. Councilman Arabi for the administration. And that is it, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Perk. That brings us to item G, resolutions. Number 15, resolution approving an agreement with Republic Services Incorporated for services relative to the LaRose Transfer Station and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any all relevant documents. Ms. Chesson for the administration, second by Mr. Lorraine. Discussion, Mr. Perk, you have your phone, you have your mic? Okay, got it. Anyone wants to discuss this? Mr. Lorraine, you have the floor, sir.
Yeah, all this is for people that are cleaning up a little bit in the general area. It could be, it might worth your while from Lockport to drive down there if you just want a few branches of trash that you want to unload. I think they open from Monday to Friday. You got to show them your water bill or whatever you got that you're a resident. And commercial, they got to pay for it.
Very good. Thank you,
And
Mr.
we had a lady in my district in which Mitch helped us out a lot. Was they were overcharged, and it took us about a year to get to the bottom of it, and they finally returned her money.
Great. All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Lorraine. Any further discussion? There being none, we'll bring it to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 16, resolution reappointing one member to the Lafourche Parish Tourist Commission Board representing the town of Golden Meadow. Mr. Lorraine for the administration. And who do you have, Mr. Lorraine?
One applicant, one that applied, Carl Williams.
Williams, can I get a second? Second by Ms. Chesson. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item 17, resolution appointing 6 members on the Historic Policy Council as parent representatives and alternates. Ms. Chesson for the administration. Who do you have, Ms. Chesson?
At Myra G. Champagne, we have 6 vacancies, 6 applicants, by the way. Myra G. Champagne, we have Mia Giraldi, representative, and Dixie Billiard, alternate. At Raceland, we have Erica Price, representative. Bayou Blue, Angel Price, representative. Thibodeau Trinity Cole, representative, and Gerald Bell, alternate.
Can I get a second? Second by Mr. Lorraine. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes with 9 yeas and 0 nays. Brings us to item 18, resolution appointing one member to the Drainage District Number 1 Board. Mr. Lorraine for the administration. And if you press your button, Mr. Lorraine, I will recognize. All right, you have the floor, Mr. Lorraine.
One applicant, one vacancy. Jake Sherman.
Mr. Jake Sherman, second by Ms. Chesson. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. Item 19, resolution approving an agreement with Stat Waste Stream Services Incorporated for professional services relative to wastewater treatment at parish facilities and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any all relevant documents. Mr. Arabi for the administration, second by Mr. Pierce. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. Item 20, resolution approving change order number 5 for the project titled Hurricane Ida Repairs, Deferred Block Building Phase 2 buildback, increasing the contract price by $13,284.28 and adding 14 additional days and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said change order and any all relevant documents. Mr. Perk for the administration, second by Mr. Adams. And discussion, Mr. President, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For this particular item, this affects the old building in the front, what we call the Laramie building where the sheriff's office was. It's one of the oldest buildings in the city of Thibodaux, and the more we dig, the more we find, and this was some electrical work that we've got to do. So I humbly ask for you guys to approve it because it's very much necessary and needed. Thanks.
Very good. Any further discussion? We'll bring it to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. And that brings us to item K, Parish President, Department Heads, Directors, or Manager reports, presentations, and our updates. Item 21, Finance Representative to present the monthly financial report as required by the state agreed upon procedures for September of 2025. Mr. President, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That was sent to you at the latter end of last week. If you didn't get it, please let us know. We'll make sure it hits your inbox. If you got any questions, please get with myself or Anita.
Thank you, Mr. President. That brings us to item L, questions for the administration. Mr. Melvin, you have the floor first, sir.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. My question is in regard to the speed limit sign with the radar control that I thought was going up on Brandywine. I know it's looked at, they were looking at placement maybe. I don't know, that's the last I heard, I thought, but I wanted an update on the placement of that sign on Brandywine. Thank you.
All right. Does anyone have any information on that, or got to get back to them at a later time? All right, Mr. Sonny, you have the floor, sir.
We'll have to get back with you because we didn't really have any more information on that one.
All right, thank you, sir. So I do have one question for the administration, or so. So I guess a couple of years ago, we had the drought of 2023. There was a meeting at the Ag Building in Raceland for cattlemen, the government officials to discuss the drought and dryness of some of the outfall canals that are feeders for some of the watering troughs, if you will, for cattle. Anyway, I had a constituent reach out last week and ask me about the elevation in the outfall canal because we are in similar type conditions right now. We were, by the way, we were bailed out in 2023 because it started raining finally, right? Before we had to take any action. And I was there both as a cattleman and as a representative of government, so I'm kind of back in the same boat again. Anyway, she reached out last week and talked about elevations in the outfall canals. I recommended that she reach out to the North Lafourche Levee District and talk to them first because they establish water levels. She did that. She called me back yesterday and stated that the chairman of the North Lafourche Levee District said, yeah, they do set guidelines. However, if it goes below that, that the parish, can make the decision to put water back in outfall. So my question is, can you address that, and or could you perhaps reach out to this individual and explain to her what y'all stance are? And I did mention Sonny's name, and so she's familiar with you. So maybe one of y'all could talk to her, or if y'all have information y'all want me to feed. Looks like Mr. Lorraine has pressed his mic before you can answer that, Mitch. So, all right. Mr. President, you want to address that or no? You got the mic.
Thank you. First off, I would like to get her number, and Mrs. Sonny and I will definitely reach out. I would say that the position of the parish hasn't changed with regards to that because running the pumps in reverse is not a healthy thing. Would cause damage to our pumps, and then, of course, whether or not the water that we'll be putting in those canals, whether or not it is of any health for those animals is another issue that we certainly don't want liability for. So those are some issues that we got to take into account.
Yeah, I thought North Lafourche was going to just shut it down, and they kind of left it open, and so that's why I'm at the next step.
Yeah, so for us, like again, the position hadn't changed, and I would love to be able to just reach out to that individual and explain to them the circumstances behind it and why we wouldn't want to do that.
Appreciate it. I'll get that information to y'all. Okay, that brings us to item M, discussion. Number 22, discussion regarding Halloween and trick or treat. Mr. Lorraine, you have the floor, sir.
Yes, I just want to bring out tonight that I don't want to tell nobody what to do, believe it or not, but Halloween's going to be Friday, October 31st, and I can tell you this, there's a lot of trunk or treats that went on in the whole parish. I went to the one in Golometa. I guarantee you they had 2,000 people. And I can't name all the places that they had them, but they always draw a good crowd. But on Halloween night, you usually have the sheriff out there with all the deputies patrolling, the firemen out there. Everybody's out there trying to keep peace. And hopefully everybody has a good Halloween trick-or-treat and all. And nothing really happens. Nothing bad happens. And I just want everybody to be careful. But the thing that I really want to bring out tonight, and can I get my 3 minutes?
Oh, you got it.
All right. I brought my mascot
Somebody,
with
somebody
me.
wants to give him some extra time?
I
No, I'll
brought my
relinquish 3
mascot
minutes.
with me. I found this, and I got at least played twice. It only lasts about 30 seconds or 35 seconds. I got to watch he don't fall. I'm going to take my mic off because it's going to be loud. I'll let her put her mic on. Ready?
Go ahead. Watch this. What the?
That's worth another shot for the one that didn't get
Everybody goes to Daniel's house.
Can you see all the dentists cringing right now?
I think we all should go to Daniel's house for Halloween.
It sounds like my talk to my grandkids, though it does. I want candy.
Your mic's not on.
Heard that on the news also. I noticed that there's more adults having fun in costumes than kids. So everybody go out and have a good time and be safe.
All right, very good.
And thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Lorraine. Does anyone else have any other discussion, final thoughts before? Because we do have a unanimous agenda item that we'll have to deviate in a minute, and then after that, it'll be adjournment. So if you have any other discussion, please get it out there now. Mr. Pierce, you have the floor, sir.
Mitch, I've been, we were talking about the levee district, what made me think about this. There's a levee that was built in the St. Louis Canal on Bayou Blue by the North Terrebonne Parish Levee District. It's in Lafourche Parish. I've been after those guys to go cut the grass on that levee for 2 months now. And all I get is the butter story. Yeah, we're going to send my guys out there. First of all, I don't think the doggone levee needs to be there. If it's for the North Lafourche Parish, North Terrebonne Parish Levee District, let them put it on that side of the St. Louis Canal. It's causing water lilies to be in that canal constantly because the water is jammed up right there. There's no water going into Bayou Blue. I don't understand it because, because there's construction on 316 going on right now. And I just realized how many cross drains they got going under 316 from 182 to Highway 24. There's a crap load of them. So why is this levee so much to them that we can't get water into Bayou Blue, what actually called Bayou Blue? They put it there. I was told through the grapevine to leave it alone. I'm not going to leave it alone because it's affecting people in my district. And the other problem is I was told that when they built that levee back in the 80s, from what I understand, that Lafourche Parish was supposed to put a culvert with a gate there, a gate valve on it. Why has Lafourche Parish got to put anything? It's their levee. They put it there. Terrebonne Parish put it there. They can't even cut the grass on it. The people that live there cut the top of it so they can park a vehicle there, but the side, they got bloodweed 12 foot tall. And like I said, I've been on these people for 2 months now. John Cohen is his name with the levee district. And all I get is the butter story. Put some butter on your bread and eat it, bro. Make you feel good. That's it. I'm fed up with it. I want the levee gone. I really do. I think it's an issue. So, I don't know, maybe you can dig into it and find out before I may get in trouble if I go any further. Thank you, Mitch.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. Anyone else have any other discussion? All right. Well, with that said, I'd like to entertain a motion to deviate to unanimous agenda. So moved by Mr. Adams, second by Mr. Perk. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. Now I would like to take a vote or ask does anyone object to opening unanimous agenda? So if no one objects, I will ask you that everyone is in favor of this unanimous agenda item, just please state yay. All in favor, yay. Anyone nay for the record? Okay, so it's 9 yays, 0 nays. And with that said, so now I need a motion to open the unanimous agenda item that we're now at, and we've established that no one objects to. So now we have a motion by Mr. Pierce to open unanimous agenda item, second by Mr. Araby. All in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas and 0 nays. Item A, announcement of public meeting. Number 1, notice is hereby given that at its meeting to be held on Tuesday, November 25th, 2025, at 5 p.m. at its regular meeting place, the council chambers of the Matthews Government Complex, 4876 Highway 1, Matthews, Louisiana, the Parish Council of the Parish of Lafourche, State of Louisiana, plans to consider adopting an ordinance ordering and calling an election to be held in the Parish of Lafourche, State of Louisiana, to authorize the levy of an ad valorem tax therein. All right, now I entertain a motion to close the unanimous agenda item. We have a motion by Mr. Brumfield, second by Mr. Adams. All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Now, last thing, I'll entertain a motion to return to a regular agenda item, which puts us back at adjournment. So moved by Mr. Araby, second by Mr. Lorraine. All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Item in adjournment on a motion by Mr. Adams, second by Mr. Brumfield. With no further business, the Lafourche Parish Council regular meeting of October 28, 2025 will be adjourned at 17:41 hours. All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 9 yeas, 0 nays. Thank y'all.